Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be my top 10 stocks as we head into Tuesday, December 31st. This will be a technical analysis breakdown, so if you are someone that uses charts within your trading, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about charts and how they can be used as a tool to help make good decisions as a trader, this will be a video for you. And also, if you trade Bitcoin, I will do a bonus analysis at the end. First off, a couple of clarifications. Number one, the candlestick that you see right there will be moving around and changing. That is because the market's still open for a small amount of time. But I like to do these videos when the market is still open because sometimes we can capture some really interesting late day price movement. Second, I'll be using the 30-minute time frame, which means each one of these candlesticks here represents 30 minutes worth of time. So stock number one, ticker symbol NXU. And today we had quite the movement on this one today. Bit of a pullback here. But let me take a step back. From a presentation standpoint, a little tricky to talk about because I do understand if you're some sort of day trader, flipper, scalper, whatever you want to call yourself, and you bought right up there and you wanted to buy and sell within 3 minutes, well then yes, from that standpoint, the chart's looking pretty rough. But if you do care about the bigger picture point of view, even with the pullback today, you still have yourself a nice general pattern. And what I mean by general pattern is I'm not going to make the exactly, but whole premise here behind what's going on with the psychology of the price movement is there's been a big move up. So no doubt about that. But now all of a sudden there has been this pullback here. But it's not been a drastic pullback because the price has essentially started to go sideways right around here. So with all that in play, and add a little bit more visual for the you golfers out there, if I put a golf ball down here, this would be a bull pennant pattern. Now, there are no guarantees. So that's not to say if the price comes up here and breaks through it, it's guaranteed to break out. But is it reasonable? Is it plausible to think that if that break right there were to happen, it could generate some upside buying pressure? Absolutely. So if you like the price range of down below $5, you like bull pennant patterns, definitely keep an eye on it for Tuesday. Next one here, ticker symbol WATT, and quite the mover here that's playing out right now as I speak. And this is not exactly, but what I was just talking about with the previous one in the bull pennant, we had the same general idea. We had the move up. We had a bit of a pullback here. This is more of a bull flag pattern, but whole idea is there was a move up and then a pullback. Then you can see right there late afternoon the price broke through it, and then wow, very, very impressive price movement right now, which just leads into the next question of, is this the start of something even bigger? Is there more momentum to come? Now think about that question. It makes no sense to ask that question if nothing worthwhile has even happened. But in this situation, something worthwhile has happened, right? The price has broke out of that pattern, and the price has picked up a whole lot of momentum. Now, to be fair, maybe this isn't the start of something bigger. Maybe this momentum is about to, die off, and the price is about to roll back over. That's totally possible. But to be fair, that is a two-sided question because, maybe this is the start of something even bigger, and this is just getting started, and, people will be looking, very soon looking at $2 and saying, wow, remember when that thing was at $2? So we'll see what happens with it. But the fact of the matter is, a big worthwhile event has occurred. Good solid breakout. Has got continuation. Does the continuation carry in to Tuesday? We'll see what happens. Next one here, ticker symbol RGTI. And what I like about this one is there is now a very well-established level that is not, so let me just put it this way. As I draw this line and put in a place right there at $18, by no means am I trying to impress you or imply that this is some sort of great discovery or special talent on my part. The exact opposite. And I say all that because when a lot of people are watching the same exact level, wondering the same exact things, call it a self-fulfilling prophecy, call it whatever you want, it can produce some very dynamic movements. And you go back through the history of things and you can see 18 rejected the price, and then you fast forward to today, rejected the price a couple more times. So as I've said already, is there guarantees? No, but is it valid to think that if the price were to come up here and break up through there, that break in and of itself at the level right here could produce some upside buying pressure? That is certainly a valid thought process, especially when you just think a lot of people are watching that level. And if people are saying, well, I'm a breakout trader. Oh, look, that's breaking out. Oh, yeah, I'm a breakout trader. I'm supposed to buy when it's breaking out, and that's breaking out. Therefore, they just buy for no other reasons than those. Once again, not guaranteed to happen, but certainly more than valid. So, yeah, you got to think that everybody and their brother's uncle is watching that $18 mark and wondering, can it break out? So we'll see what happens as the week continues to play out. Next one here, SMX. Nice penny stock here with a lot of volume and a good solid pattern here. Actually, I've already talked about the pattern once, but we'll go through it a little quicker here just so we can respect your time as much as possible. So as of right now, you do have a bit of a pullback, so red for resistance. And then while that is occurring, there's also some consolidation down here. Let's change that to green for support. And then to make the pattern easier to see, let's just keep it one color here. Maybe you already know where I'm headed with all this, but we have our resistance, we have our support, we have the big upwards move right here. And then again, for you, the visual for you golfers out there, put the golf hole down here. And this would be yet another bull pennant pattern. So no guarantees, but certainly valid to think that if the price were to come up here and push up through that level, that break in of itself could create additional buying pressure. So maybe you like bull pennants, but you prefer to stick down in the world of penny stocks. Well, here you go. Next one here, HOLO, and a very, very explosive and eventful day here. Although it's now kind of calmed down here a little bit. And really what's on my mind, and I think a lot of other people's mind, is that candle right there. Got to think of people are rightfully thinking, okay, is there going to be some sort of deeper pullback? Because that candle does indeed suggest a pullback. But as I've said, and we'll probably say more, there are no guarantees. And actually, you see that right now. That candle occurred, and the next candle was not a pullback. It was actually a green candle. But it is still starting to go sideways here. So at least in my opinion, the first pressing question is, if it pulls back, how far will it go? And in my mind, an important level that you'd want to see it ideally stay above, if there is any sort of pullback, would be down here around this former breakout area right around $4.85. Now that seems like it could be a really steep pullback, but keep things in perspective. Let's say the price does do it. Not saying it will, but for example's sake, heads down there and then curls around and starts to kind of, show some signs of life again. Emphasis here on the big picture. From the big picture standpoint, what do you have? Well, you'd have a set of lows there. You'd have a set of lows there. You'd have lows down here. And if you envision each one of those as stair steps, again, what do you have? From the big picture standpoint, you'd still very clearly have stair steps in the upwards direction. So even if there is a pullback, that doesn't mean it's the end of the world or anything like that. But it just suggests that there's still plenty of wiggle room for this thing to build an overall uptrend. Now, once more, I understand if you're a day trader and you bought up there and your plan was to buy and sell within 30 seconds, then yes, that would be very, very miserable for you. But I'm making these comments from more so the overarching standpoint. So big movement today. Yeah, this candle here is suggesting maybe a pullback. If it does pull back, will it go down to 485? And if so, can 85 produce a nice little bounce point? We'll see what happens. Real quick, want to take a break and invite you to get signed up for this free class that I'm offering. So if you've been enjoying what you've seen and you want to learn more about this tool, how it can and should be used to build consistency and manage risk, then definitely get signed up for the class. It is on demand, so you can watch it whenever it fits best into your schedule. So down in the description box, if you're watching at YouTube, there's a link there where you can click on it, submit your email, and you'll gain access to it. Or if you're watching right at my website, on the webpage there's a link where you can click and again, submit your email, and then you'll gain access right to it. So if you've been enjoying and you want to learn more, then definitely check out this free class. Next one here, ticker symbol FFIE. Beautiful day today, beautiful pattern, and again, one of these where as I draw it, please don't think that I'm trying to come across as a great discovery or a special talent. The exact opposite. We have a very well-defined resistance area up there, and then at the same time, to just show the overall course of the day, you can see the price was indeed just slowly building those higher bases. So you got a nice little uptrend line in play. Not the most clean uptrend, but I'm just trying to convey the idea that yes, the price was still trending upwards as the day went on. And then just to make it easier to see, let's keep it one color again just to make sure everybody sees it. So there's our resistance. There is our support. There is the big upwards move right there. There is the golf hole down here. So yes, you guessed it, we have ourselves another bull pennant pattern. So if you like stocks down below $5, you like bull pennants, definitely keep an eye on this one. Next one, OPTT. Quite the eventful day today, no doubt about it. But as I speak right now, last 30 minutes, you can see a bit of a pullback here is starting to begin. So it's really just a question of, does this pullback get a little bit deeper? If so, where are some of these next potential areas of support at? Let's talk about those in terms of areas of support. So an ideal level, I'm going to say, Clay, what would make this chart look the absolute strongest going forward? That would be if the price could stay up there above 80 cents. But if the price were to fall below there, that doesn't mean the entire chart's destroyed or ruined or anything like that. But yeah, if the price could manage to stay above there, that would be a very, very impressive sign of strength. Taking a step back, though, and looking at all this from the bigger picture point of view, that is where the purple line there comes into play. The 50-period simple moving average, keyword being moving. So as time goes by, that line is going to move itself higher and higher, which is essentially a trend line that's drawing itself for you. So in other words, assuming you care about the bigger picture standpoint, as long as the price stays above that quote-unquote trend line, then overall the price is still putting in those higher lows, and that's what it's all about in terms of building uptrends. You just want to see higher lows, and that's what that line is going to help you gauge. So like I said, preferably speaking, yes, definitely you want to stay above the 80-cent mark, but if it doesn't, not the end of the world because the price is still above the moving average here. And then in terms of areas of resistance, no need to overcomplicate this. Just a question of, well, where did the party finally stop today? And the party finally stopped right up there at the 95-cent mark. So like I said, no need to overcomplicate that logic. Keep an eye on 95 cents moving forward. But all in all, anyway, look at it. Good, powerful move. Nice volume. Let's see if the momentum can continue. Next one here, ticker symbol GTI, and we have ourselves, yes, once again, another one of these bull pennant patterns. So I'm going to go through this one a little quicker just so you can see it get drawn up. So it did have the big move, and then yesterday there was a bit of a pullback. So again, that goes back to your strategy. If you're some sort of day trader that you bought all the way up here, well then yeah, you don't really care about what I have to say here. And then in terms of levels of support, I'm not going to actually use a trend line. What we can do though, and what I think in my opinion makes the most sense, is just to use the pink line right there, which is denoting the 200 period moving average. So if you just envision that as a lower trend line there. So let's now draw it all into the same color here. So we have our area of resistance. We have our moving average here, which we're just going to call our trend line. And then you have the big explosive move up right there. You have the golf hole down here. Once again, another bull pennant pattern. And this is how some days are. Some days there's just a whole lot of the same type of pattern out there. And that's what's playing out with today's movement. But once again, for those of you that like bull pennants and these stocks down below the $10 mark, you have quite the variety. And I hate to do it, but it is what it is. These are the situations that are getting a lot of volume. They're getting a lot of price movement. They just happen to be forming lots of the same patterns. So like I said, I want to respect your time. Let's just go through it very quickly. There is our area of resistance. Here is our area of support. And then with this one, I'm going to work a little backwards because I want to start off with the fact that this thing had a big old move right here. So right there all the way up to there before it did pull back. But as it pulled back, you can see the price did start to put in a little miniature uptrend right there. And then we'll get the golf hole down there once again. And we have ourselves yet another bull pennant pattern. So I really can't reiterate that enough. If you like bull pennants, then you are in just your little, candy land right now. So many different choices. And yeah, I'm basically trolling right now because with our next one here, ticker symbol QSI. In fact, let's just turn this to a little educational lesson. Can you see what I'm about to draw here? So if you're saying, yeah, Clay, I think what we're about to draw is you're going to take a trend line and do something like that, then so far you are correct. Of course, we'll make that red for resistance. Then if you're saying, well, Clay, next thing I think you're going to do is you're going to connect these two lines down here. Again, once again, correct. Let's change that to green for support. And then if you're thinking, then the final thing you're probably going to do, Clay, which is unnecessary because we see it, but you're going to say, well, right here we have our resistance. We have our support, and then you're going to say, and then the price was down here, and it made a big move up here, and then you're going to draw a golf hole down here and call this a multi-day bull pennant pattern. Well done. You can now officially recognize bull pennant patterns, but that is what happened here. Multi-day pattern, crazy movement when you actually think about the fact that not that long ago, the price was all the way down here, and now the price is all the way up here consolidating around. So just a question of, will the price get another bullish breakout to the upside? We'll see what happens with it, but yeah. Here you go, another bull pennant. I'll get to Bitcoin here in just a second, but again, for you stock traders out there, if you like what you saw here and you want to learn more about this tool so you can get out there, build consistency, and manage risk, then again, get signed up for this class. It's on demand, so you can fit it into your schedule whenever best fits your current time situation. So if you're watching on YouTube, down in the description box, click that link, submit your email, or if you're on my site, go ahead and just click the link right on the page. And like I said, you can begin watching whenever best fits in your schedule. All right, now let's talk some Bitcoin. One quick clarification here. We are no longer on the 30-minute time frame. We are on the 4-hour time frame because Bitcoin is open 24/7. So in other words, these candles here no longer represents 30 minutes each. Each one represents 4 hours. But as I was saying, with Bitcoin open 24/7, I want this analysis to remain relevant for as long as possible, and by using this longer time frame, it allows me to accomplish that. So it's just a question now, really, of let's just assume you're watching this video 20 hours after I upload it. Question number one becomes, and which has been the case, where's the price at relative to 92,000? Now, at one point, the price was actually down below there. Things were not looking good, but to give credit where credit's due, the bulls responded in a big way and big push in the upwards direction. So that's where the next kind of secondary question is if you're saying, yes, Clay, the price is above 92,000, okay, then the next question is, okay, well, did this move here get even more momentum? As I speak right now, I'm a little jealous of those of you that are watching this, several hours from now, because you're going to have a better idea of this question. But yeah, there is a lot of upwards momentum right now behind this move. But does it get bigger? We'll see what happens. So if you're saying, well, Clay, it's 15 hours from now the price is up sitting around here, well, that would be telling you that this move got even more power, it got even more momentum, and now it's all the way up there. So that would just be telling you that at that moment in time, Bitcoin is doing very well for itself. It's starting to recover. If you're saying, well, actually, Clay, the price is down around here. Okay, that's not the greatest thing because that does imply the price rolled back over, but at least it's still above 92,000. However, if you're answering the question whenever you're watching this, the price is down below 92,000, that is not good at all, because think about what that's implying. That's implying that this move here has not only been totally wiped away, but it's then actually pushed, it's actually then pushed down through that level, which is a very bearish scenario. So, like I said, a lot revolves around 92,000. So start there with the questioning. Where's the price at from there? And then, like I said, common sense will take you far relative to those other levels. And as I invited the stock traders, I'm inviting you as a Bitcoin and crypto trader to definitely get signed up and check out this class, because what you'll learn about can and certainly should be used within the world of Bitcoin and crypto. So as mentioned earlier, just click the link down below in the description box or on the web page and submit your email, and then you will be able to gain instant access to the class right away and watch it whenever best fits your schedule. As far as the top 10 videos are concerned, if you enjoy these, if you would like for me to continue to make these, especially if you like Bitcoin, then a super easy way to support the channel, if you could hit that subscribe button, I would really appreciate it, and it really does help out. So thanks for watching, and go get signed up for that class and watch it at your earliest convenience.